So, in case you haven't noticed, there's some updates regarding the Sniper Wolf situation. I wanted to cover them particularly because it's something pretty relevant to me, as Sniper Wolf did steal my content a long time back. But Sniper Wolf has since written an apology tweet to the whole situation, where she doxed Jack's films. Now, if I'll link the tweet if you want to go see that. I encourage you to go see that because like the backlash around it is huge and for good reason. If you look closely at it, you'll notice like it seems a little too eloquent, like if we could say that. Now, a lot of people like sure a lot of people will write like when they need to, like write really well when they need to, but some people have looked at the tweet and noticed like she put a semicolon in the sentence. Like people following her Instagram have like known that like she doesn't do stuff like that. She just doesn't. And I looked into this a little bit more. A lot of people were thinking there was a ChatGPT thing, and I'll show you the image on screen, but I literally searched up like on ChatGPT, I'm like, hey ChatGPT, write me a YouTuber apology with Jack's films. And the image on screen, that is exactly what ChatGPT said. I am absolutely shocked because I compared that to the tweet that SniperWolf did, and they're basically the same. There was basically no change done whatsoever. Now SniperWolf has a history of being, lazy with her content, React content, which doesn't really credit anybody. But like this is so much worse. You're faking an apology video. An apology video that like it's not an apology video, an apology tweet. You're faking a tweet. A lot of people think it was PR, a lot of people think ChatGPT. A lot of people compared it to Colleen I can't remember her last name. It's apology. Pretty bad. But this is just so much worse because like she responds to this right after YouTube is like, hey, we're demonetizing SSSniperwolf, we don't support this. When at the same time claiming that the victim, Jack's films, was in the wrong. I'm sorry, what? Literally threatening, like a creator mildly threatening somebody by posting their address to 5.6 million people who hate that guy? That is an actual like threat. It's actual safety concern. And if YouTube had taken like the proper action, like we would support them more. But like nobody wants to like stand on the side of YouTube right now because they're just absolutely simping towards her and desperate to keep her on the platform so they can make that little bit of money. I've kind of narrowed it down to 3 reasons why YouTube wants to keep SniperWolf on the platform. 3 main reasons. If you guys want to go see more stuff about that, more videos in detail, go check that out as well. I'm probably not going to be posting another video on this in particular, but if you want to go see more content on that, I'm sure you'll find plenty. But the main reasons why SniperWolf is still on this platform and like the demonetization is only temporary. She responded right after that. A lot of people are believing that like she was told by YouTube to respond to that statement that YouTube like said. It's been 7 days. She hasn't said nothing, and she even made light of it on her Instagram. Like, how detached from reality do you have to be to go onto your Instagram? I'll put that picture up there too, and say, we show up at your house. What would you do? 2 days after you dox another creator, encouraging people to show up at his house. Also, Jack Stones made a great point here. He said, like, if you aren't doxing, after SniperWolf said, I literally don't know how to dox. She said, if you aren't doxing, why did you delete it? If you aren't doxing, why did you delete it? It's as simple as that. It genuinely makes no friggin' sense to me why SniperWolf would do that. Like, how many brain cells do you have to have in order to think that is a good idea and you will get away scot-free? Because, of course, they weren't. Not from YouTube, of course. YouTube doesn't want to harm the golden girl, the one that gives us all the ad revenue. Instead, what they want to do is do something that they don't think many fans will like, but enough so that they will quiet down eventually. And it's worked a little bit. But there are still like tons of people, like over like 80% of the people that were initially complaining about this still are. For good reason. Because SniperWolf, she committed a felony. And SniperWolf has gone to prison before. SniperWolf has like had 2 mugshots before. I'll see if I can find them and put them on screen. But like, this is way worse than that. I know she did commit armed robbery, and that's really bad. But still, like, at the same time, like she's vaguely threatening a creator. I'm sure like her YouTube plea deal or something that she was talking about when she did this was just like a light sentence, but she'd have to make an apology. But it's literally a ChatGPT or PR generated apology. I'm not even convinced she wrote. I'm totally convinced she didn't write this, because I don't think she'd be willing to put that much effort into something like that. It genuinely appalls me how lazy she is and how little she cares about the situation. How entitled do you have to be to weaponize your fans against someone else and then say, I don't know how to dox, he was literally threatening and harassing me? How detached from reality do you have to be? Write your opinions down in the comments, because I want to get some opinions on this. But anyways, back to 3 reasons why YouTube isn't going to ban SSSniperwolf. And I hate that. Because SSSniperwolf definitely did something that deserves a ban. I mean, another example with that is like the Act Man. He joked. Emphasis on joke. It was an obvious joke that he was going to dox YouTube employees, and he got demonetized for a few days. I don't know. He got demonetized. But it wasn't like, they didn't like say a temporary demonetization. He had to appeal it. And now, with an actual instance of doxing, YouTube is saying, "Oh, you get away scot-free. You didn't do anything wrong." But this is like really serious stuff. I mean, a joke about it, that's like that could be taken as like something that might not be a joke. Some people can take stuff like that literally, but at the same time, like if it's like it was definitely real. She posted it to her 5 million Instagram followers. If you do that again, like Jackson said, if it's not doxing, why'd you delete it? She was trying to hide the evidence after she realized that her fans and Jack's fans did not approve of that. Because SSSniperwolf has been going through a lot of backlash over her content. Her content styles, the fact she doesn't credit the creators, all that stuff. And it just gets worse and worse. Because with YouTube's apology, people have just got gone up in flames about that. But the most important thing that a lot of people aren't really talking about is this is basically YouTube is telling people that if you have a large following and give YouTube enough money with ad revenue, you can do whatever you want and you'll get away with it. That is the genuine message they're sending. Hey, if they want to send a different message to it, then they gotta prove it. They need to at least demonetize her. The temporary demonetization is gonna be watched over by a hawk by some people, and they should, because SSniperwolf shouldn't get away scot-free, or with basically no repercussion at all. SSniperwolf has done something serious, and that should be taken seriously. If it's not taken seriously, then we genuinely won't feel safe on this platform. A lot of us won't feel safe on this platform. And I don't blame them. Again, to the 3 reasons, I'm deviating a little bit. Number 1, the money. Of course, YouTube loves the big money. And so, any creator that generates a large sum of revenue, they will support that creator. And pretty much everything. Because, in the end of the day, they really care about money. Now, they've been pretty good about dealing with, scenarios that's actually, merits for it to happen. J-Station. He faked an apology about his girlfriend dying for views. And, that was pretty disgusting, and YouTube took action. Even though he generated a ton of money for YouTube. And R. Kelly. I won't tell you what happened, since I don't think I'm allowed to talk about it on YouTube. But, he did something bad on his massive YouTube channel. And despite the fact he was earning a lot of money for YouTube, his channel got deleted. And then he got arrested later. But, SSSniperwolf, who has 30 million subscribers, is somehow can ignore the rules. That's one aspect of it. The second aspect is a large following. You have a lot of followers, most of whom are probably gonna back you up. Especially since a lot of people that subscribe to SSSniperwolf do not know that Jax Films is trying to help the actual creators of the content get the recognition, because SSSniperwolf refuses to credit them. And that's really scummy. Creators that make that for a living don't deserve to have their content just ripped away from them and used to make thousands of dollars a day. That's just not right. It's just wrong, and a lot of people know it. So he created a video series to improve her content by playing bingo with his fans, trying to guess how she'd react to a TikTok. But SSSniperwolf has over 34 million subscribers, expecting to get more soon. But because of that, it kind of sends the message hey, if you're a big-sized channel and you take a lot of time, you can do whatever you want, and YouTube ain't gonna bat an eye. Because that obviously seems like that's what they're doing. If it's not, why do you take so long to respond? Why did you completely ignore the thing? And why did you send a tweet saying, is it too meta to react to a React video? Why'd you do that? It wouldn't make any sense it would make some sense if you did something other than that. But you didn't. And the third thing, it's partially like accurate. But I'm not going to go too much into this because it definitely couldn't 100% be the case. But bring gender into this. I don't like bringing gender into this stuff because I want to remain inclusive for the most part on this channel. But like, SSSniperwolf is a girl. Sorry, woman. If you look at several other channels that have been taken down, you'll notice that most of them were males. Sure, there were a couple channels that have gotten taken down. I can't piece most of the names together. But again, considering the Act Man, like another very relevant thing where he wasn't threatening to dox. He was joking about doxing YouTube employees, and YouTube took action. They weren't really needed to take action because it was just a joke. And it became very obvious after a while. But still, it happened. Now, with SSSniperwolf, the other thing is, like, the YouTube does not want to lose their massive source of revenue. So what they're doing is basically saying, oh, let's just do such and such, and we'll move on from this. And since all that, a lot of stuff has been circulating around about all the stuff SSSniperwolf has done, all the videos she's made recently. And yeah, like, they're bringing stuff to light that YouTube didn't allow even back then. I genuinely have no idea how this stuff remained on the platform. It's ridiculous. But again, bringing gender into this, a lot of she even brought this up briefly. She's like, in a trying to defense tweet, like, I hate to bring this up, but no one attacks the male React channels. It's pretty wrong, actually. A lot of channels just get attacked. And, YouTube is a lot more strict with that stuff. Again, if it was any other person that had doxed Jax Films, or switching it around, if Jax Films had doxed SSSniperwolf, you know what would happen. You'd be terminated immediately. Again, I hate bringing gender into this, but it's obvious if you look at it for more than 5 seconds. Now, my opinion on this situation, I don't want this drama to go on. I want YouTube to make a decisive action, and I want YouTube to give Sniperwolf the repercussion she deserves. Her content has just been stealing other people's content. Now, usually that's something you can get away with because YouTube doesn't bat an eye to that type of content. But the thing you can't get away with, doxing and encouraging your followers to go to their house. Like Jax Film said in his video, no one should feel unsafe in their own home. And thanks to Sniperwolf, he and his wife now do. So do the right thing, YouTube. You've already done something that everyone hates by completely getting rid of any repercussions Sniperwolf could have faced. But it's still not too late. You can do the right thing. And if you do the right thing, a ton of people will back you up. A ton of people will support it. Heck, Sniperwolf's apology tweet, her likes got ratioed by her comments. By her her comments. Since when has that ever happened? It's ridiculous. Anyways, if you enjoyed what you heard, like and subscribe. I'm Legendary, and I'll see you guys